Welcome to Two Meal Tuesdays. I am starting Two Meal Tuesdays. I decided today that Tuesdays I'm going to have two meals. Basically, it's a form of intermittent fasting is what I'm starting to do. I've been working on getting my blood glucose levels in a healthy range consistently for, probably 2 years, really. And my fasting glucose has not budged. Healthy level of fasting glucose is between 80 and 100. And mine has been consistently at 100 or above 100. And basically that just means that it's essentially a precursor to diabetes. I have too much sugar in my blood. My insulin is not reacting, is not working properly. It's the stuff that I've been talking about in my previous videos. That is what I'm experiencing, and that's what I'm really working on with myself, among a few other things, but I'm pretty much focusing on this for right now because it's affecting my sleep and my energy levels, and the amount of flesh that my body is carrying around that is excessive. So this is, I've been taking, I'm going to introduce a new term that's not my own. I'm borrowing it. It's called CCIA, which is consistent, committed, imperfect action. So I have been working on that with blood sugar for 2 years now. And this is just, I'm taking a couple more steps just to see if I can push my body into working with sugar a little bit differently and kickstarting my insulin system to work the way it should work. So I just started keto about a week ago. Ketosis, getting your body into a fat burning mode, is one of the most effective ways to get blood sugar regulated and to get that whole system working properly, because you're essentially switching from using glucose as fuel to burning fat as fuel. And that is the only way that you can really begin to alter your fat stores on the body, is to switch to fat burning mode and make sure that you are using more energy than you are taking in. So I'm doing a healthy version of keto, which means it's balanced fat and protein with low carb. And I am very sugar sensitive, so I am going pretty low on the carbohydrates right now. I've already been doing this for a long time. Basically, I just haven't specifically been working within the keto diet. I'm also released caffeine today. Not going to have any caffeine because caffeine affects blood sugar as well. I'm also extremely sensitive to caffeine. It's taken me a long time to let go of coffee, which is one of my favorite drinks in the entire world. Still have been loving matcha and yerba mate lately. And it's becoming apparent that my body is a big hell no to caffeine. So despite my little Jessica's attachment to that little heart opener every morning and a delicious drink, it's a no. So I'm switching to a stress relieving tea that's ashwagandha and a bunch of other tulsi and things like that. Tea instead, and actually today I had it and it was really satisfying, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then intermittent fasting is this last thing that I'm going to try for the next few months. I have done it in the past in a very unhealthy way. So in the past, I would not eat until sometimes 1 or 2. I would have coffee in the morning on an empty stomach. And it was essentially a form of starving myself. It was a way, I did it because I had no appetite, which means that my digestion wasn't working properly. And also I was like, who cares? I'm not eating, so it's going to be better for my weight and all of that stuff. That is no longer the situation. And so it feels like I'm actually in a place where I can do intermittent fasting again and not trigger those same pathways. I have also been spending the last few years learning to love my body where it's at, accept the weight that I'm at, and the shape and all of that, and really just focus on other parts of who I am, because my body is such a tiny part of who I am. So I have not perfected that by any means, don't get me wrong, but I am in a much better, different place than I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, till I was, whatever that started, 16. That's probably when that started for me. So instead of doing the normal version of intermittent fasting where people don't eat in the morning until 11, 12, 1, 2, something like that, and then they eat within a window, afternoon to evening, I am still eating breakfast. So I eat breakfast at 7 a.m., which is good for my circadian rhythm. It's good for hormones to let your body have that source of fuel first thing in the morning, especially if you're a woman. I'm perimenopause. Those things are really, really important to me. I have also been working very diligently on my circadian rhythm training for the last couple of years, really for the last year or so. I've been working on that pretty diligently, and I am not going to mess it up as much as I can control that. So I'm eating breakfast, and then I'm having a really big lunch, and then I'm not eating for the evening until the next morning again. So that's going to be my intermittent fasting rhythm, to see if I can still maintain, enough calories and all the building blocks and stuff that I need for the day. I'm not working out hardcore. I want to begin working out harder at some point in this journey, but I need to be taking care of my nervous system, my sleep, my energy systems, essentially, before I start committing to a really hardcore workout. I don't think I'll ever commit to a really hardcore workout routine anymore, but I do want to start lifting and working with my body in those ways to build muscle. But that's down the road. I just wanted to share a little bit about this part of the journey, introduce you to 2 Meal Tuesdays if anyone's interested in joining me. This is not like a thing I'm doing, it's just a thing that I'm doing. So just wanted to share a little bit about my journey. All right, I'll see you guys around.